Uh, our title for the session is Optimizing Your LinkedIn Account as a Young Professional. So before we start, I would like to just request if Daddy has any opening prayer, or just basically open the floor for us before we start proper. Daddy, do you have anything to say for us, please? He's on the call, right? So if you are speaking, I think you are muted. Okay, so while he's trying to set things up, would like to introduce myself. My name is Abdulrahman Yusuf, and I'm one of the mentees at NGM. And basically, we're bringing this from the employability and personal development team. And our plan is our goal as the EPD team of NGM is to create programs like this, which we can use to enlighten members, teach them different skills they can use to become better individuals and better version of themselves, basically, as members of the community. So we all know the importance of having a LinkedIn profile, and know that any job you want to get online nowadays, one of the few things you need to have sorted out perfectly is ensuring your LinkedIn profile is on point, because it's usually one of the first set of things recruiters or employers will look at before they can even think about giving you a chance to interview at all, which is why it's very important for us to ensure that it's at the best state of point whenever we are online, basically. So I think that is available now. We need to unmute him so he can give us the opening session. Okay. Aziza, can you unmute Daddy, please? Give us a minute to undo this, please. Daddy, you're muted now. You've already unmuted you. Okay, so I think he's probably experiencing some technical issues on his end. We'll just go ahead and begin the session. So Assalamu alaikum once again, everyone. If you're just joining us, our session for today is optimizing your LinkedIn account as a young professional. And we pray this session is an impactful one and becomes a positive one for everyone. I mean, before we proceed, I would like to introduce to you our guest speaker. So our speaker for today, who is going to be taking us over this session, is Sophia Peter. She is the Learning and Talent Management Advisor at MTN Nigeria. And she's an expert when it comes to anything personal development, trying to teach people how to get the best out of themselves. And I'd like to just read her profile out so that we can have an idea of who she is and experience so far. Sophia Abiodun Peter is an HR professional, TEDx speaker, spoken word artist, and communication and branding enthusiast. She is passionate about creating solutions to core developmental issues related to human capital in Africa. Safi, as fondly called by peers, holds a bachelor's degree in economics from the prestigious University of Lagos, Nigeria. She is a certified member of the Chartered Institute of Personal Management with over 6 years experience, successfully executing projects across human capital development, innovation, communications, youth empowerment, and sustainable development goals. She believes in the core essence of leadership, creativity, and innovation as integral keys to the Africa's emerging challenges. In addition, she's a creative with an artful mind, a photographer, a writer, a poet, and a lover of art and nature. Wow, that's a lot of portfolio for one person to carry, in my opinion. So can you guys see why having an expert on this session is one of the rarest opportunities you see nowadays online? So I'd like to invite Sophia Peters to the stage so she can begin our session. However, before I do that, I'd just like to give us an agenda of how the program is going to go. So basically, we're going to be having Sister Sophia Peters giving us a session for about an hour and 10 minutes. Then we take in the LinkedIn profiles we've collected from Aishat and Bolaon Yusuf so that we can review it after she has given us our talk. Thereafter, we're going to open the room for questions from participants as well, because I'm sure everyone on the call will have questions they would want to ask our experts here. So I think we can now have Sophia on board now. Can you hear me?
Yes, please. Can you hear me?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Yes, we can hear you.
All right.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, you're welcome. Do I have to put on my video or it's not very necessary?
I don't think it's compulsory. We're good to go.
Okay.
On your video.
Then.
Whatever.
All right, just for maybe for a while before I start the presentation. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. I can see everyone online and all protocols well and duly observed. I can see Mr. Nasir Giwa is also online. Good to have you on the platform, sir. Okay, so I had Abdurrahman uncle. I'm no expert. All right, so I'm just here to share, what I know, what I do that works for me. And without further ado, we're going to get right to it. But before that, I would really like to hear from us in the session. How are you doing today? How are you feeling today? Today is Sunday. I know tomorrow is Monday already. How are you feeling? I want to hear from you before we begin the session. So please, you can put it in the chat box, how you guys doing today? I'm not seeing anything in the chat. Okay, great, fantastic. I'm feeling good. Great, Ms. Seba. Bolaon says happy to have you here. Thank you. I love that. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Barakallah. Nice. The fact that I'm getting. Oh, okay. So Nasir says I'm usually busy today. Interesting. Okay. All right. I love the responses. Please keep them coming. I can see that some more people are joining, which is fantastic. I would like, as many people as can join to be here so that, we can begin in a minute or two. All right, so I have my slides for this session, and I have to say that I'm going to be moving from my slides to LinkedIn, like my LinkedIn profile and other people's LinkedIn profiles as well. It's going to be very practical. I'm not going to be giving you any long stories and summaries and whatnot. We're going to make it as practical and as real and original as possible. That's one thing you can expect from me. So please let me know, can we go ahead? Can we dive right into the session right about now? Are we good to go?
Yes, in my opinion. I think we're good to go.
Okay, Okay, so whenever people join in, I can hear this beep, beep, beep. Can you guys hear that too from my end? Sorry, I don't think I can silence it, but I hope it doesn't disturb us.
Yeah, I can as well.
Okay,
Okay, I think we'll look into that.
so sorry. I think it's from my end. My I don't know, my notifications, I have to put them on silent, but I'm not sure I can do that right now without wasting any time. I'm trying to see if I can do that very quickly. I'm guessing I can't right now. So, all right, so I'm going to move on. Okay. Assalamu alaikum once again, everyone. I will now start sharing my slides. Let's see. Okay. Please let me know if you can see my slides.
Yes, yes, it's visible now. I can see your slides.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. All right. Here we go. Okay, so today's session is about professional growth, personal development, and branding, particularly in line with, LinkedIn. We're all on LinkedIn, or I want to believe we are. Okay. Here are some questions that we're going to start the session with, right? I'm a big believer in why. I think that anything that anyone is doing in this life, you must have a very important, like you must be able to define why you're doing. Okay, you know what? I think I need to see how I can put this. I don't know. I'm sorry. Is there a way to silence the chat? I don't know. I'm trying to get this notification sound off so that it doesn't, it's not distracting.
Sophie, I don't think it's from your end. I think it's from our end. So I'll try to solve that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think can that be done at?
So the meeting asks to mute notification from settings.
Okay, maybe just to mute the notifications.
Okay.
Like, okay, so it's but we're not really sharing the sound. Yes, yes. I would really appreciate it. That so that it doesn't keep, I mean, the beeps don't practice us. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so as I was saying, I like I like to define, I like to be sure why I'm doing something. I know that at some point in our lives, we decided to join LinkedIn because we realized that, that's the place to be if you're looking for a job, if you want to show that you've worked, if you want to showcase your whatever it is that you can do or you've done, you want to be there. So I want to ask these questions, just 3 questions that I want us to really think about. We're not moving to the next slide until we really discuss this, right? Why do I have a profile on LinkedIn? What value am I giving or looking to give? I say, am I giving or looking to give for those of us that are already on LinkedIn doing our thing? And then for those of us that, going forward, you want to redefine how you use LinkedIn. So I don't think anybody here is new to LinkedIn. I'm sure some of us have been on LinkedIn for years. But I think that one thing we can continuously do is continuous improvement. I'm a learning and development professional. So I'm very big on growth, continuous improvement, continuous learning. And I know that even from this session, you can really start to redefine, use it to do going forward. So what value are you looking to give? And what value are you looking to receive? I put question 2, I put value to looking to give before value you're looking to receive for a reason. It's really important that you are someone who you're not just looking to receive and get and take and take and take. You are looking to give. And most times, value actually, all of that other people, it comes in abundance to people who are first looking to give that value, right? So if you were to calculate, if there was some sort of way to calculate what percentage of value people get in their lives, you would see that the people who first of all think about what they should give are the ones that attract other people who also want to give, right? So it's like a natural attraction. So what value are you looking to give and what value are you looking to receive? And maybe while you're thinking about that, you might want to drop some points in the chat. You can share with us if that's okay. You can share with us. I would like to see if anybody looking at my chart now. I want to see. So why do I have a LinkedIn profile? What value am I looking to receive and what value am I looking to give? I'll go first while we're waiting for some of us to drop. Just think about it. It doesn't have to be a paragraph. It can just be one word. It can be 2 words, right? For me, I would say that because I know I had to put this down somewhere. Give me a minute, please. Okay. So for me, obviously, everyone is on LinkedIn. It's a professional platform, and it's where you can find professionals. This is where I find professionals just like me, who are have like minds, who are looking for what I'm looking for, or who are looking for what I have to give. There is that, and then what am I giving and what am I getting? For me, it's just one word, right? I'm looking to be someone who has a voice. The people who need to hear whatever I'm saying get to hear it. People who need to read whatever I have to write get to see it. The people who need whatever value it is I'm looking to offer get to assess it. And then it goes the other way for what I'm looking to receive as well. So I want you to think about this. It's very important. If you can just think through it. I would like at least 1 or 2 responses before I move on. Unless it's something and then we come back to it. But I would really like to get somebody's response. Please tell me that you thought about this and you values that you are looking to give and to get on LinkedIn. I know it's LinkedIn. Exactly. As I said, I'm looking for a job, trying to network as well. Okay. I think let's be honest, it was like job took me to LinkedIn, right? And those are like the primary reasons. But then, beyond all that, let's say you have a job, let's assume you're working now. What more? What else is there? Thank you, Aziza, for your response. I think we want 1 more before I move on to the next slide. 1 more. And for others, please, you can just note this down and really think about it. It's really important. And I say it's important because the next few slides we're going to look at will really, if you get this right, it makes it easier for you to now know these are my next steps. It's very simple. If not, you're going to go through the next few slides and you're going to be like, oh yeah, they said we should do this, they said we should do that. Now, the reason why your definitions are important is because in life, we do a lot of things because they said, or because, oh, well, it's the status quo, everybody's doing it, so I jump on it. A lot of times, we cannot connect the things that we do to our own individual reasons, right? So you find yourself not really doing it well because it's just to tick boxes, right? I have other responses here. Kojirat Kodri says, all right. Aisha Juma says, looking to network with professionals. And I'm looking for, thank you for that, valuable content. I have a LinkedIn profile to connect with like-minded people and have more exposure. This is from it sticks better with me because knowledge shared sticks better. I'm looking to widen my exposure in my profession. Beautiful. I see value. I see exposure. I see network, Abdurrahman says, for me, I'm looking to demonstrate my knowledge, credibility, and expertise so I can connect with people who I can provide value to. And the beauty of that is you will also connect with people who can provide value for you because they see the value that you can give. And that's just amazing. Thank you to everyone who has responded so far. Thank you to everyone who is thinking about it and still defining it. It's totally fine. Absolutely fine. So I'm going to move on now to the next slide, right? Just let me know if you can see my slides change. Can you see my slide change? Abdurrahman, can you see my slides change? Okay.
No, I'm still seeing the first one.
Okay. Can you see
it's
it
changed now? Yes.
It's a quote, right?
Yes, by Eda US.
Okay, fantastic. All right. Okay then, so moving on, I have a quote here that I wanted to share with everyone. So a confession, this quote is halfway and it's stopped at what style? And then I thought to myself, this quote is not complete. So I added, my own part to it, just to give it more meaning in whatever I wanted to discuss, right? So it says your LinkedIn is your opportunity to give the broader narrative around your strengths, your interests, and your work style. And then I added, it is also an opportunity to build your professional persona and showcase what you have done or can do. Right, that's why I wrote, and Tafipita, please, I don't know him from anywhere. We have never met. I don't know Heather Yurovsky. Yeah, so this is a collaboration. Anyways, but you get the point of this quote, right? Giving a broader narrative around your strengths, around your interests, your work style, giving a broader narrative and also building your professional persona and showcasing what you have done or can do. When it comes to LinkedIn, there's a general feeling that people have. People go there just to go and show off. Oh, someone wants to show that they got 6 certifications in 1 hour. Somebody wants to show that they just got an internship in Google. Everywhere, everybody's posting this and posting that. And I want to mention at this point that it is really important. It is very, very important that you do not allow yourself to get too consumed in whatever you're seeing other people post. Now, why and what? It's important to be able to, just like you have on Instagram and everywhere else, it's important to be able to define what you want out of any platform that you use, not just LinkedIn. What exactly are you looking for? Go pick it out. Not everything is for you, right? So focusing too much on, everybody goes on LinkedIn to go and show off. Well, face your own, just in my own opinion, right? I feel you should face your own journey. And I feel you should concentrate on the work that you have to do for yourself on your page and with your connections. That is your primary goal for being on LinkedIn. You see all those things that you see, they're just updates from other people who are doing their own work. Now, some people truly want to show that this is what I can do. I know, right? Just enjoy sharing. They enjoy sharing what they've done. They're happy. Some people come from a very unaccomplished place. So when they're able to do something, I used to doubt myself, but here I am, right? So it's really important to be able to just draw a line between how much you allow other people's activities to affect you and derail you from your own goal, right? Some people would see all of this LinkedIn posts and say, oh, I'm inspired. Some people would see it and say, it's even too much. What is it? Everybody on LinkedIn is just showing off. I'm out of here. Especially if it's now a time when someone is job searching or having issues at work. And then all you see on LinkedIn is everybody seems to be doing fantastically well. You start to, so there's that aspect of LinkedIn that if you're not careful, it's going to be all you see on LinkedIn. And you are never going to be able to utilize LinkedIn as you should. You're so focused on other people's journey that you don't have a direction, right? So that's I decided to mention this because beyond all the other things that I'm still going to mention in this session, there is that aspect that I know a lot of people think about when it comes to LinkedIn. When I go on LinkedIn, I see the things I want to see. I engage people's comments. If I have something to post, I post and I move, right? We'll go through all of that. When I dig into the next slide, I'm going to be showing you some part of, like, we're going to log into LinkedIn and I'm going to be showing you some things on LinkedIn as I talk about the different points. I'm also going to look at some interesting profiles that I've found just to, just as an explanation for some of the points that I've added. All right, so we're going to move on to the next slide. This slide is where we have everything that we want to talk about, apart from what we've already talked about, right? And please, let's like really pay attention to what we have to say for this slide. So I'm going to start with what we all hear and know already, right? And it is this. I call it profile UX. I hear people throw around the word UI, UX a lot these days. My idea of using the UX in this is just to pick out the user experience. When I go on your page, what experience are you giving me, right? When I go on your page, what do I see? Who do I see? I've not met you. I just type in your name and I see your page. What is the experience you're giving me? What am I seeing? What thoughts would I be having from just simply looking at your page, right? And everything that I've outlined here, and more in fact, but at least to pick out the very key thing to look for as they scroll through your page. The background photo, the profile picture, summary, work experience, education, licenses, and all of that. I'm going to go to I think I'm only sharing this slide. I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm going to share let me see, try to share my LinkedIn page now. Please let me know as soon as you can see it. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can see your thing.
Okay. Hold on. All right, great. Now I'm going to I'm supposed to be sharing. I don't know why this is not allowing me. Please hold on for 1 minute. I'm just trying to get to, I think it's coming up. All right, you should be seeing my screen right now. Can you see my screen? Please tell me the way you can
It's
see
coming
my screen.
up. Yep, I think let's give it some seconds. Yes, it's visible now. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, all right, just a minute. Okay, so the first, I mean, I just based on what I said about the profile experience that people have. So when they come on your page, what can they see? So I spoke about, for example, I'm going to go to my profile. So I'm not the kind of person that on LinkedIn every day or every 2 days or every week. I really don't have that time, to be honest. But I try as much as possible to post the things that are meaningful to me, things that okay, I look at it and I'm like, I really want to share this experience. That's have to push. Not keen on that. You might be, so it's different for different people. Please, whatever works for you. But for me, I find myself, when I really want to share something, I go ahead and share it, and that's it. So here is, I mean, I won't spend too much time on this part because I believe it's for some people, you would see that it's empty. For me, I found this picture and it was really interesting because here's the question marks, the brain, and then, the ball that goes on. And for me, it's just really, it means a lot of things. For me, it means problem solving, innovation, the ability to find answers to questions, the ability to get the job done, working from one, so whatever has meaning to you, this is what has meaning to me. And that's what I have here. I kind of emphasize how important it is to have a proper headshot. I see some people's LinkedIn profiles and it's, they were probably staying by the window and then they just put it on LinkedIn and that's it, So there is that as well, or with a dark shade. You just see a lot of pictures like, please, please. Try to get a very proper headshot. You have no idea how things like this transform your page, like little by little. It's really just the little things. Now, if you look at the headline, this right here, it says learning and talent management. That's how I like my. For some people, this is where they write, different things, right? And I'm going to show you somebody that I found. I'm hoping that, okay, you know what? Let me just go through the other features and I can show you all the people's pages. So here is the analytics and here is the resources. We're going to go through all of this. When I go back to the other points, for me, I have my creator mode turned on. So it means that I get to put some of my featured posts here. So apart from having all of my posts in one place, there is, the first few posts you see on my page, I get to curate that as well and just put whatever I want you to see as the first few posts. You're going to see that. Looking at my posts as well, let's go on show all posts. So I'm going through all of this because this session is not going to be I just come and download plenty English for you and I go. It's me also showing you what I practice and then also showing you things you can pick up from other people's profiles as well that you might find interesting. So for example, my last post was 3 months ago, right? And that was it really. I probably will make my next post, who knows, next week or in the next 2 weeks. But whenever I feel the urge to post something that I feel I want to share, I'll go ahead and do it. And it's still really makes you see that you have to continue to share your journey, especially parts of your journey that are very essential, parts of your journey that you want people to know about, part of your journey that define your journey, that puts you out there, that puts your work out there. See, you have to be very intentional. I don't post every day, but when I post, I put things that are very meaningful, like things that are, to me, very meaningful, and then people can see that, okay, this person is doing quite a number of things in their space, right? And for everywhere that I've worked, I've played a very key role, put it on my page as well. So this video, for example, was one of the videos I did when I was with Sahara Group, which I left this year, right? We went to, and all of that. And, you know, this was a very good work that I did with the team then. And, you know, a lot of other things. Part of it is also being original. I'm a photographer. I love photography. I love nature. My LinkedIn is not just going to be about how I did one training for one team at work. I like to put exciting things. I like to get creative. I like to just be me. So that's me. I sound like, oh, dear hiring managers, dear recruiters, this one, that one. I don't fancy all this. So I just do me. And I think that's very important as well. So yeah, I mean, this is just to show that I don't post every day. But whenever I'm at a point in my journey, whenever I do something I'm passionate about, I go ahead and put it on there. And I get, you know, people engage, people can see, and this is what this person is about. Right? Why am I going to do all of this on my page? It's because I spoke about user experience. What experience are people getting when they come on your page? For someone like me, I don't post every time. For people open roles, I remember when I joined Egbin Power PLC three years ago. In that first year, I got calls from like 6 different organizations who were looking to hire, and they called saying, oh, we're hiring for this role. Would you like to be scheduled for an interview? I wasn't looking. I wasn't applying. In fact, I just resumed, right? 5 or 6 that year, that first year. And I had to turn down these interviews because I'm not the kind of person that jumps around. I won't resume, and in 2 months, what's going on? I wanted stability in my career, and I knew that, okay, I've joined this company. I thought about it very well before joining. I'm going to do my bit before I move on. I'm not just going to be jumping around like somebody that does not have I don't know, purpose or something. No. So I had to turn down interviews, and the beautiful part of it was I wasn't applying. I wasn't. So again, the point there is it's not until you post every day or you put it out there that, oh my God, I just finished one thing, you know, you post that all the time. So what works for people is very different. Okay, so that on the UX, I'm going to just go back to my profile just to point out a few other things so I can go back to the slides. I'm now going to move on away from the content to experience. Now let's talk about this about section. You see this about section, it's different for different people. After I go through to my profile, I'm going to look at 2 or 3 other profiles that I had, you know, looked at as well. For me, I like to keep it simple. This, that. So you have an idea that speaks to everything I've written here. Fantastic. Great. Done. Some people, this is where you get to really sell yourself as well. If you're someone that has done a lot of things, you know, this is where you can also highlight the wonderful things you've done in your career over the few years, or even the project you've worked on, even as somebody who is entry level or anything like that. So you don't want to ignore. Please remind me. I'm going to really like look at this summary when I go through other pages, so you can see others and try and see what I'm trying to say. Of course, experience as well. I have this, but here they also put in all the things they achieved in each places. That's also valid. If you did or you did a multi-million naira project that was successful in, let's say, one of the places you've worked, you want to put that there, fantastic, right? Just know how to craft that, right? This license and certifications, a lot of people don't really take advantage of it, right? For me, every single course I do that is relevant to my career, I add it here. It's very important. So I'm going to expand that for you to see, right? Starting from the very bottom here. So here are some, I do not fail to put that. So this was in August 2021, this was in September, this was February 2022. When you scroll up like that, you're going to see that over time, this person has consistently updated themselves as far as their field or career or profession is concerned. You can see September 2022, November 2022, moving, and it just goes on and on. If I finish another course this month, I'm adding it. For me, it's very essential that people see on your page that you're someone who is very big on learning. You're someone who is very big on becoming better, right? And then the other part, what's the word now? The skills and endorsements that you get, the skills, you find that people also endorse your skills, the people that know what you can do. So for each skill I have here, I have people who have come to say, yes, Safi is really good. Oh, Safi is great at this, and all of that. So these things also add to the credibility of your page, right? And then just to wrap it up, there's recommendations as well, right? The ones that you give and the ones that you receive. Well, I figured as well that I might as well take receiving recommendations seriously here, but I've given quite a few to some colleagues that I've worked with. So this is also a good one. You get to give and receive. Please try to do that, especially where you're working. People you've worked with, they can speak about your values, they can speak about how you work. This also helps, right? And that's really all there is about that. So as far as the page itself and all of the details you need to have, I think we've run through that. So I'm going to look at two different pages that I found. Let me check Femi Mowaye. I want to see, hoping that will pop up. Can you still see my page, please?
Yes, we can still see that.
Okay, so I'm going to I want to take a look at this page. I want us to take a look at two pages before I move on with the presentation. So this is Femi Mowaye. She is assisted. I mean, you can see hers is also quite, straight to the point. But then if you scroll down, right, if you look at the summary, which is what it's called, you would see, can you see the difference? This person has put in every and anything you need to know, what they've done, the projects they've worked on. If you look at the last paragraph here, it says special interest, right? A lot of work goes into LinkedIn. It's beyond just posting. There's a lot that you can do, and there's a lot of ways that you can shape how you want people to see you, and you have to be very intentional about it. It's not something you will be able to do overnight, but then these are things that you might want to pay attention to as well. And then what I said about the what's the word now? The experience as well. You can see here that she highlighted some things that she did in each of the places that she has worked so far, and even put down some skills that she used that were peculiar to each of those places, right? So yeah, this is an example. So I'm showing you this just to show you that there are different ways that LinkedIn can work for you. There is no one way, there's no one formula. It's just what works for you, right? All right, so I think we're good with that. I want to show you one more page before I move on to the slides. And don't worry, I have very few slides. I'm not big on making 1 million slides. So Oluwatobi, right? Okay. I think I came across this page as well. Okay, so this is Oluwatobi Ajao's page. I'm wondering why this is happening, but anyways, I guess it's coming up. Still loading. So I think what I really wanted to show you here was the about as well. So you can tell that this is most likely her profile, like her bio and all. So yeah, this works as well. All right, so moving on to discuss the other part of my presentation. Please let me know, can I have a hands up if you guys are still with me? I think we're done with this. I needed to really dive into LinkedIn itself to show that, I mean, this is not just about, it's not just about talking and going. It's really about showing you what I'm talking about. Okay, I can see a show of hands. Thank you. I can see that Aisha Disu is with me. Thank you. Okay, so moving on here. Fantastic. All right, so I would like to see more hand waves or something, let me know that I'm still here before I move on to my next point. All right, okay. Moving on now, I can see Aziza and Abdurrahman's responses. So moving on to intentional content curation, I think I've touched on that when I also went to the page. Your works, your project, your volunteering, creativity, and fun. If you remember when I went through my page, there were pictures with me and some kids. I was on the scholarship committee back in Egbin Power PLC, where we worked with 3 different communities. I can hear someone's okay. So we worked with 3 different communities with those kids. We had different outreaches. It was beautiful. I put that online because I want you to see that I'm really passionate about the sustainable development goals. And if in any way someone needs someone to collaborate with relating to this, they can see on my page that, I like to do things like that, and they can reach out as well. So that's part of it. Make it creative and fun. The other day I was thinking about making my next post, and I had taken some pictures from my team bonding at Landmark Beach, and we're taking pictures during sip and paint and all that. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be my next post. And it's going to be on a Friday, on a chilly day. I'm just going to talk about how it's okay to unwind and just have fun with your team, have a good time. That's a LinkedIn post as well, to show the fun side of you. So not everything is, every time I'm wearing suits, I'm in the meeting room, breaking, all of that. No, it doesn't have to be about that all the time. Show the fun part of you, be creative, have fun, really. Curate who you are and let it be what people see on your page. Now that's your branding. We went through Oluwatobi Ajao's page and Femi Mowaye's page, and then we could see that. By the way, I've not met these people. I don't know them. I just came across their pages and I said, "Oh, these are good examples I could." You can see how they position themselves. Like, this is what I want you to know about me if you ever come across my page, right? Very important. So people can pretty much tell to a large extent, who is this person? How do they work? What are they passionate about when they look at your page, right? So if you see the questions I wrote here, what do you want to be known for? What do you want people to see when they look at your profile? You have to be genuine and you have to be original. Again, LinkedIn is not about, I saw somebody posting this, so let me also post it, or let me post in this person's style. Have your style and do you again. Moving on to this, let me know if you can see my, wondering why. Okay. All right, moving on to the next point I wanted to talk about is community development, SDGs and others. Let this reflect, let your passion reflect on your operations and even opportunities that people bring to your door. And even, it's not even just about people, right? Seriously, if you're not doing this, all of this, you reach out to people on LinkedIn and then they'll be wondering, who is this? I tell you, because we're human beings, they're going to wonder, okay, who are you? What do you do? What are you about? And sometimes it influences whether people respond to you or not, how they respond to you, and how available they are to you. Very important. Moving on from there to, you know, this one, everybody knows, all social media is for this. Connect, interact, collaborate, connect with professionals in your industry, interact, and be open to collaboration. Lastly, here I have group membership and events. Can I know if any of us has really dived into the group part of LinkedIn, a group on LinkedIn, you know? Please share. I would really like to know, because I think this is one part that most of us overlook. You can put it in the chat box. Do you belong on any group on LinkedIn? Let's see. I discovered groups on LinkedIn, I think last year. It was pretty interesting. We'll wait for just 1 minute for responses. Anyone, are you familiar? Not so much, but I've joined one or two. Okay, cool. Thank you, Abdurrahman. Thanks for your response. Any other? Okay. So for those of us who haven't gotten to really explore groups on LinkedIn, that is something you might want to look at, right? You want to leverage group membership, catch on trends, and attend events as well. Let me share my page just to show you one more thing, and we'll be done, right? Please let me know if you can see that I'm back on LinkedIn. Please, can you see my page now? Abdurrahman, can you see?
I can still see the previous slide. LinkedIn career branding development.
Sorry?
Still on the previous slide.
Please let me know.
I think just give it a minute.
So you can't see.
No. Okay, yeah, I can see the LinkedIn page now. Can everyone else see the LinkedIn page now?
Yes, I can see it.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I've gone to my page now, and I've gone to home over here. And under home here, you will now see my groups that I have joined. I think it's really important that we also to click to see all the groups that I'm on, right? Just opening that up now. Okay, so here are some groups that, you know, I found quite interesting and I joined. So there are some groups that you would, if you're interested in, you can search, request to be a member, then I think they have some checks they will do, right, before they allow you into the group, right? So, but so far these are the ones I'm in. When you look at each of these groups, when you go into the groups, you will members, especially if it's a group where people are talking about the kind of topics you're interested in. Maybe you're looking at, you've not really started doing that, and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to search for a design thinking group on LinkedIn so I can see design thinking is concerned. So you will see, this speaks about burnout culture. For example, you will just get to read people's comments. This person has a live event coming up in November. She's posting it here. If it's something that interests you, you sign up for it. So apart from the content that you get to see, general content that you get to see on your feed on a normal day on LinkedIn, there is the content you find in groups, dedicated, intentional content that is related to, what the group is about, right? I found this one on keeping your head down at work. I think I read it and I found it really interesting, right? It spoke about how people tell you to just lay low, keep your head down, but nobody is really going to see, hear, and speak about your work if you keep your head down, yourself out there. Obviously not in a bad way, but of course in a way that represents you and what you do and what you do well. Else nobody will send you. That's just the truth. So these are examples of groups that I've joined. You can also take advantage. Can anybody give me any group you have? I want to search. Any ideas? Anybody wants to drop something on what you would like me to? Let's see. Let's use product management. Right? Okay, let's search that. So you can see the groups are popping up, right? Product management and product marketing, product. So if you're a product person, you know that, okay, I think I want to search. I want to really see what each of the groups is about, which one speaks more to what I want, what I would like, and then join, request to join. They check you out, they like you, they allow you access, and that's how you start to network, and that's how you start to contribute in that space. All right, so I think that's that about group and events as well. Going back to home, so this is going to be the last thing that I check before we wrap up. Okay, yeah, events, right? I can see all the events here. For example, I have an event coming up. Anyway, so I have this event coming up, activate your something about female leadership and all that. So really, the point of this session has been to show you that LinkedIn is beyond, I just got 9 job offers today. I'm a superstar. And then you go and you're like, oh, okay, all right, bye. There's so much to do in terms of branding, in terms of growth, in terms of even network. I connect with her. Some people's definition of networking is I send a connection request. You accept, I accept, and that's it. In your mind, you're networking on LinkedIn. Oh no, you're not. Right? So networking, connecting, interacting with people on LinkedIn is beyond just searching and connecting and just gathering followers or just gathering, it's making, so there's so much you can do on LinkedIn. There's a lot. And then you can start by exploring some of these things that I've spoken about at all. So this is the event that I signed up for Monday, October 23, right? Empowerment for women leaders in healthcare. Oh, it's even in healthcare. I thought it was like I don't think it's this one though. I think the one that's signed up for was a general leadership, or maybe I thought it was. Okay. All right. So, but that's an example. These are events. You can also search for other events as well to sign up for, and just join the sessions as well. So these are more than enough ways to optimize your LinkedIn juice. To my last slide now, or my last 2 slides. Moving on. Can you see my slide, please? Can you see my slides now? I just moved from my LinkedIn profile. And anyone see my
transitioning.
slide now? Okay. Please let me know when you can see it.
Yes, it's visible now.
Okay, so after touching on some very key things relating to LinkedIn and how best we can use it, I'm sure these are other ways, other things that we weren't paying attention to that we now know we need to pay attention to. I thought to touch on this topic as well, reaching out on LinkedIn. Now, this could be for a job, your approach, your technique, it matters a lot. You don't want to come across as demanding. You don't want to come across as, I want this, so you have to give it to me because I've messaged you on LinkedIn, so you will give me. You don't want to come across as that. I have 2 examples here, right? And I'm going to want our feedback in the chat box. Tell me, what do you think about these 2 approaches? So Camilla works in XYZ company. Somebody is reaching out to her. There is the first person and then there's the second person. Right? The first person says, I'm interested in the research analyst role. I look forward to your response. Thank you. The second person says, hello, Camilla. I did some research on XYZ company, and I understand that ABC are the competencies required for the open research role. I possess a great level of ABC skills, which I have demonstrated in my previous roles / volunteer work. I put volunteer work for those of you you're just starting out in your career. I would appreciate your guidance concerning how best to apply and how I can nurture a career in this field going forward. I look forward to hearing from you. Excited about the learning opportunities ahead. Thank you. Please just share your thoughts on these 2, what's the word now? Yes, these approaches or messages that you've just read. What do you think? If you were Camilla, which one of these 2 would, draw your attention better? I'm looking at the chat box. I'm hoping to get our responses. Okay. I can see, okay, number two, definitely the second person. Fantastic. All right, so that's, it's very clear. It's very clear. And I tell you, quite a number of people reach out with style number 1. Oh, I sent you my CV. Kindly look at it. That's more of this. I sent you my CV. And looking forward to meeting with your team. No, right? There's a way you will communicate in such a way that it's beyond. You will see that this person even said, how can I nurture a career in this field going forward? That's deep. That shows that beyond this job, I'm even willing to engage you. Let's talk, right? Okay, I'll look at your CV, you apply for this job, but going forward, I like the fact that you're interested. You're not just reaching out to me because you feel there's something I can get from this person. You're reaching out to me because it's like you have a bigger picture. And from your communication with me, I can see that you're a bigger picture kind of person, right? So even if deep down, you know that job is really the cocoa for now, right? It's the major reason why you're reaching out. I can tell that you're a very intelligent person. You've done your research. You've looked at you're looking for guidance. You're not just asking me to look at your CV and say, oh, I've sent your CV to HR or to the recruiter, right? So the point of this slide right here and what we just discussed is for you to see that your approach really matters. Don't send the same kind of message that everybody else would send. I can assure you, if you get messages from 20 people on LinkedIn who are job searching, maybe just about 1 or 2 of them will be crafted in this second week. Majority of them will be like this, just telling you my CV for your perusal. You know, so I mean, you would also find people that would respond very quickly to this as well. But I'm just saying, a person could receive messages every day, like this number 1. But then the minute they receive a message like number 2, they want to give you that attention, right? All right, so moving on to, I think, what is my last hoping that, okay, summary, right? It's pretty simple. Be intentional, keep it simple, most importantly, keep it original. If there's anything I've done in this session, I think I've tried to portray that originality is very important. Let your page reflect who you are, what you do or what you can do, and what you're passionate about. Let your page really reflect what you're passionate about. It's not just about, I need to post on LinkedIn, so let me go and look for some, wonderful quotes or I'll just go and write something that sound very big. Just be original, and then put the things that you're passionate about out there. Give value to receive value, like the first thing I said in the session. Connect, interact, be creative, and have fun at it. Just have fun. I used to think that LinkedIn was so serious. All you have to do, if it's not about job, forget about it. I post about photography. I post about my outreach. My next post will probably be about the team bonding experience I had where we did sip and paint, and it was lovely. The atmosphere was beautiful. Take some time to recharge as a team. It's not always, just don't take it too seriously, right? And at this point, for time, I'm hoping that, we're able to pick out 1 or 2 things from this session. Thank you.
Wow. That's been an amazing session, everyone. And our speaker has given us so many gems we can leverage on. And I'm sure that after this session, going back home, we're going to go and revamp the whole LinkedIn profile entirely and transform it to a new one, basically. So I think before we proceed to the next thing on the agenda, a few points to keep in mind from what our speaker has given us so far is give value to receive value. Let's keep that in mind. You can't just approach a stranger online and tell them you want them to do this for you without having done something for them. You need to ensure you give value to receive value. Value is a transactional thing you do. It's not something that should be a one-way transaction whereby the stranger should be the person just doing for you and doing for you alone. No, it has to be both ways. So give value to receive value. Another thing to keep in mind is be yourself. Yes, we know there are a lot of people that just post to oppress on LinkedIn and all like that, but ensure that you are yourself, have your own content style, have a specific way you create your content and all like that. So you don't have to get depressed or feel like I'm not doing enough, basically. Have what works for you, basically. Over the end of the session, we're going to be going over more points in summary, but for now, let's just go to the next session, which is going to be our LinkedIn review for our first 2 early birds that attended this session early today. The number of people attended quite early. In fact, when we joined the call, we had about 7 to 8 people waiting in line already, and that's 150 by then, which is very, very amazing. But we can only pick just 2 people, and so far, I think we're going to be selecting Aisha Disu and Bola and Yusuf for the review. So I'll be sending the respective LinkedIn profiles to our speaker now, and she's going to be reviewing that for us, starting with Aisha. This is one, yeah. So kindly check your chats on Zoom, Sister Sophia. I've sent the links to you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Am I meant to share my screen or not?
Yes, I think let's do that. Let's do that. That way, so everyone can see what you're doing. So basically, the way it's going to go is just going to be.
Can you just
looking
share
at it.
the name so I can just? I would like to. Okay, can I just type the name? What's the name? No, I don't need the link. Since
Okay,
I'm already
okay.
here.
Her name is Aisha Disu. Yes, Aisha Disu.
Okay. Sorry, what did you say?
Her name is Aisha Disu. Aisha, I already sent you name on
Checking now.
chat. Yes.
Okay. All right. Checking now. Then I'll share my screen.
Okay.
Okay. Sharing my screen. Just let me know when you can see my screen.
Coming up now.
Okay.
Yes, I can see the screen now.
All right. So we good. Okay. All right. So I can see Aisha's profile. Okay. First thing is she needs a background photo, right? Not. It's just nice to have it. A really nice background photo, maybe that has something related to what you do, or just a nice picture, a nice professional picture, right? First thing. I like how simple this is, even though some people put like a whole paragraph. But for me, like I said, I'm more of a simple type because then moving on from there to about. Okay, so I noticed, like I said, Aisha also decided to put, a few paragraphs, which is nice. Can I see? Let me see. Practical knowledge, focusing on data, student enrolled and gender. Okay. I actually think this is fine. Maybe if I knew Aisha some more, I would probably be able to suggest, okay, do you want to add this? So do you want to add that? But so far, this gives a good view of what she does, right? Okay, and I like the fact that she included her passion for volunteering. So for somebody like this, I would expect to see a few posts related to some of the projects she has worked on, some of the outreaches that she has, volunteered to be part of, right? Because so if I'm seeing in your about that you're saying, oh, I love this, Power BI, I like to volunteer. When I go down to your post, am I going to see that? Is that going to reflect in the post? Now, you might be doing things that you have not posted, right? Maybe it's time to actually start putting some of these things out there. Because it's saying this is what I am to you, that this is what I am, or this is who I am, right? So I can see some posts here where I share, okay, I think she added a comment to this post. Okay, here's another, okay, the Thallium, okay, yeah, this is fantastic. Took a course at the Thallium and, put it out there that I achieved this milestone, fantastic. It makes a lot of sense, right? Okay, so Aisha will need to put out more posts. I don't know how much work you do relating to the volunteer that you do, but we need to see more of that on your page, right? And also, in addition, you might want to post more about maybe some things you find out. Your data, see LLB here, so I'm guessing law is the major for you. I don't know if data analytics is by the side or data analytics is what you really want to venture into. But whatever it is, as long as you have it on your page, you know that this is what you're passionate about. Once in a while, just put out a post that is very, very relevant to that. You know, have people engage it, and that's how you begin to build your brand. That is how you begin to communicate what you are about. Most of LinkedIn is really people communicating what they are about, to be honest. License that you have your, you know, certifications and courses, very important. I can see some volunteering here. In 2020, okay, Amy Impact Hub. Yeah, it's very important that you, maybe if you have more that you do, or yeah, just include that as well. So yeah, first start, it's not a bad profile, it's good, but it can be so much better. I mean, I can tell that Aisha is not the type of person that posts regularly on LinkedIn. I'm not either, but I've been able to somehow maximize my, I probably would, right? But you can't too, Aisha. So yeah, that's all I would say.
Thank you so much for that review, Sister Sophia. I'm sure Aisha has noted down all those tips and points you mentioned, and she's definitely going to go over them. So the next person we're going to be reviewing now is Bolawan Yusuf. Kindly find his LinkedIn profile name in the chat as well. Thank you.
Okay, checking that now. Yusuf, okay. Okay, which one? I can see the different Bolawan Yusufs here. Can you hear me?
The second one, the third one, actually the third one is the third one. That's the third person, data analyst, business analyst, intelligence. Yes.
It's coming up. Okay, so I can see, well, I was data guys, everybody's data analyst. Okay, cool. Interesting. I think pretty much the same, like I started I'm sure he has noted that already from when I was talking about Aisha, business analyst, okay. Activity. Okay, so I can see that Bolawan doesn't really post so much on his page. So when I come to his page, yes, I will see the experience, what he does so far, where he works, where he has worked, really nice. And I can see that he also details about the company and also the skills that he probably gained or used at the place, which is lovely. I see education and skills as well. Okay, so, well, I think that what Bolawan can do better is he's on his page, apart from, okay, this is my experience, this is what I've done, this is what I do. I think that could improve in terms of, I can see, okay, he engages other people's content, comments and all, but it's important that you're able to also put content out there. I mean, now, different people are looking for different things on LinkedIn. Some people just want to have a LinkedIn profile that I'm not interested in creating content on how I did this in Dubai, or how I worked with the team in South Africa to develop a project that now helps in 10 countries. Some people might not really be interested in that, right? But if you can, right, please take advantage of that. I feel like the people who get the best out of LinkedIn are people who really put their work out there. And I don't mean everything you do every day. I just mean be very, you do 10 things, you just pick out that one or two that is solid, that is going to back your, I'm into data or business, I'm a business analyst, that just backs it for you that this person, okay, if you're talking, or this is one of the people you want to speak to or reach out to, right? That is if you're interested in the branding and the deriving as much value from the content as possible, from the platform as possible, you might want to look into that, right? You might want to look into that. So curating the experience, I wouldn't say that I've had like a, wow experience so far. Everybody puts their experience on LinkedIn. Everybody, what's different? What would make me look at your profile 2, 3, 4 times? I like what I see on this person's page. Or what would give me a very good idea of who you actually are in your professional space, right? So yeah, I think that's all I would say concerning. But I definitely like how detailed the experience part is. Not a lot of people do. Some people even, you can't pick anything from it. And people make that mistake in CVs as well. You see somebody to just write data analyst, ABC company, 2015 to 2016. No details, nothing, no context. So yeah, I really like this. Basically just improve on the content creation part and, yeah, pretty much.
Okay, thank you so much for that review. I'm sure Bola has noted down his tips as well. So I'm going to the next section of the program, which is going to be opening our room for questions. I'm pretty sure everyone has a lot of things they are wanting to ask and confirm basically, but a few things you should just keep in mind is while you're stating your experience on your profile section, ensure you clearly state the impact you've made in that job post you add, and also try to give a brief summary of what the company is about so that people don't just have plain experiences, like our speaker said, 2015 to 2019 and nothing else. Giving more info so that whoever is checking your profile can easily have an idea of what you did at that specific job experience you had. So now we're taking questions from our participants now. And the plan for that is any question you have, kindly drop them in the chat so that we can take them one by one. So guys, start sending in your questions. We'll try as much as possible to answer them in order. So let's see how that goes. Or Aziza, what do you think? Should we open the stage for people to talk and say their questions out loud?
Well, I think they should just send it to the chat box so that it's not going to be rowdy. Thank you so much.
Okay, that works too. Thank you. Okay, so we have question 1 from Abdullah. He's asking, what's your take on companies enforcing into their brand on your profile? Like companies enforcing people to put their brand on their profile. I think that's what he's saying. Yes.
Okay, so when you say company, do you mean your piece of work wanting you to post about them or something?
Yes.
I'll need some more
yes.
guidance. Not what it
Yes, I
means.
think that's what he's saying. So there are some companies that whenever you get a job with them, they kind of enforce you to put in the company brand, and basically everything about the company should be on your LinkedIn profile, more or less like promoting them through that process as well. So what's your take on that?
To be honest, I think I'm hearing you for the first time. If you are not a content creator, that your job is to put your company out there and post about your company or post your services or products, I don't see why a company should. The keyword there is force. It doesn't make sense, right? If I'm an engaged employee at work and I am proud of what I do, I like what I do, I feel the urge to post about something amazing that I achieved with my team at work. Fantastic. I go ahead and I do just that. But for the company to tell me that I should post, it's funny, like I've never, I understand for content creators, your job, a digital marketer, you know, that's the line of job that you are doing. That is understandable, of course, it's your job. But that you're just doing your thing, and then especially those jobs, that's very funny, because in some cases, some organizations don't even want you to put too much information out there where you work. You see some organizations that will tell you information security, we don't want you posting things unnecessarily. You know, you can't just get a mail, no matter how happy that mail made you, can't just snap that mail and go and put it on LinkedIn. Hey, everybody, my company. So guys, some organizations don't like that. They like their, you know, information security and all. So I don't, it's really very, very strange and new. Job announcements, even for job announcements are meant for people in the organization, right? Except their own company page. I know some companies that whenever anybody resumes in that company, on their official page, they put it there that, hi, Halima just resumed the strategic partner role at this place, you know, welcome on board, this, that. There is that one. But for you to have to post, I don't know, man. I've never heard about that before. And that is really weird. Nobody should have to force anybody to post anything about their company. I don't understand. Is it by force? That's just my thoughts, but I don't think so. I don't think it makes sense. I do not think it does. I can see a question here from Aziza Olatunde. Message from Sophia. Hi, Sophia. Hey. I know some industry professionals don't post on LinkedIn. It's as though their work designation about me speaks for them. Is that a good thing to emulate? Some industry professionals don't post on LinkedIn. Can Aziza speak to the mic to give me more, you know, an idea of what we're talking about? Some industry professionals don't post on LinkedIn. Like they don't about me. Is that a good thing to emulate? Okay, so can Aziza unmute your mic and just give a 1 minute explanation? While she's doing that, I think personally, it depends on what you are looking for. I'll give you an example. I once reached out to a guy on LinkedIn. It was in 2020. I was in a very confused place in my career. I needed some direction. I saw his profile. It was at CBN. I said, wow, HR, this one, that one. Fantastic profile. Right now, this person doesn't post. It's not, if I go on his profile now, I don't think that he has posted since God knows when. But this guy keeps moving experience section. You can tell that this person is a person of substance and quality. You know, the roles, the kind of projects and all. He doesn't post like that, but his experience section says more than enough. Even where he works, even the role where he works. Okay, interesting. I reached out to him. I really learned a lot. We had sessions and we eventually became friends, and that was it, right? Up to today, he's not the kind of person that posts all the time. But last I checked, he had got a promotion at work. you know. Some people don't need to post every day. So it really depends on you. And it depends on what you are looking for. Some people are too busy to be posting every little thing that happens at work, everything they achieve, right? Because there are people in the real world who see what they do, right? So it's actually kind of deep, right? There's some people that the work they do stands out so much that they don't need LinkedIn posts to elevate them. The people around them can see and feel, and they can see the impact of their work, right? And it just keeps taking them up like that. Even if they make LinkedIn posts regularly, it's just a plus, for them to see that, oh, I'm actually doing, hey, I'm a human being, or I'm alive, I'm here, I'm doing something for myself. But you will see that most of these guys, some people, their work is so exceptional that, first of all, they don't even have time for anything like that, but they're really busy doing the work, So sometimes it's not even about the noise, and the noise isn't always noise, it's serving you. So if I decide to go for an outreach and I want to post it, I will post it. To some people, it might be noise, but to me, I'm getting something out of that posting. Why? You might never know. You don't know what DMs look like on LinkedIn. You don't know how many people might have called me to interview for a role. You don't know how many cold mails I've received from recruiters to say, oh, hi, are you interested in this role? You wouldn't know, but you see that this person is posting, and so somewhere out there, this person is making noise. But hey, you have no idea. Same thing with someone that is not posting at all. You can't just look at the profile and think that things are not going well for them. You will be shocked. So like I said, it's different for different people. Just be original. Just be yourself. Put the things that you think you want to put out there. Know your why. That's why my first slide for this session was why, so that's it. I hope I was able to answer your question well, Aziza. Moving on, Abdurrahman says, can you share tips on how to craft a good summary for the about section and how best to sell and showcase one's experiences? Can we make use? In terms of ChatGPT, some people, it's a turn off for them all because they can see the pattern. They can tell that this thing, some people, well, in today's world, things are easier now. So you can try to use ChatGPT to craft whatever you want to craft, right? Fantastic. If it works for you. For me, I would just say be original. Like ChatGPT does not know you like that. You can put some keywords and or you can edit it. I don't know, but whatever works for you. But for somebody like me, I feel the originality in things and in people. I can tell even when I engage you, it's not just about the summary. If I happen to engage you and we speak, I can tell whether you're made up of whatever it is you put on your summary or not, or it's just fancy English, right? I speak good English, right? I'm the number one advocate for forget about all that Oyinbo, I have it. Do you have the content? Can you bring that value on? What can you do? Can you make impact? Can you do quality work, right? If that is what you reflect in how you now speak and write, fantastic. But don't, as long as they're not opposites, or there's no relationship, your bio is saying some amazing things and then, you're not really ahead. So it has to match. As long as it matches, even if it's that ChatGPT writing for you, fantastic. What I think you can do regarding crafting a summary is you can go on LinkedIn, look specifically at maybe like 5 to 10 profiles, look at how they've crafted it and see which one of them works for you. Not in entirety, but in terms of how they've crafted it and see if you want to do the same. So if I wanted to craft a summary for myself, if I want to remove that /TEDx/this, I will just write about the years of experience I have in HR, the competencies in one paragraph. The next paragraph would be about my community service and social impact, knowing very well that I'm big on that and I'm looking out for opportunities in that line. So community service and social impact will be my next paragraph. My third paragraph would just be about how I'm creative and fun, and all. So it really depends on you. You can have 2 or 3 very good paragraphs, depending on how much you want to put out there in your summary. Or you can have 1 line, like some of us, and it changes. I can have 1 line today. You can look at my profile next week and see that, okay, I have something else on it too. But I won't say that I have tips for you. I would say go online, look at what people have written, look at what makes sense to you, and see how you can now craft your own individually. Say profile. One thing I've learned about me, Aisha, is I am unable to ignore the different parts of me. So let me tell you, there's Safi, the HR professional, there's Safi, the speaker, the writer. I do poetry, spoken words. I love photography. I love to somehow take really lovely pictures. I love to go to the beach. If I ever get to any point in my life where I decide to ignore any part of Safi, I will suffer for it. I will wake up one day and feel like I've left some very vital parts of me aside, right? One thing I do and how I have coped with that is I incorporate every part of me into my day as much as I can. So I'll give you an example, maybe not every day. We had a team bonding, at work, I think last 3 weeks or so. And I took it upon myself to take really nice pictures of people, and they loved it, especially the ones we took at the beach. I wish I could show you guys. They were so beautiful, and then everybody saw me as she's really talented. That is me. I'm not trying to impress anybody, but that is me living. That is me allowing Safi the photographer to just be, right? And on the days that Safi the photographer comes out to play, I let her be her, and I post about her. See, I don't think there's any rule in the world that says be one person. Be all the people that you can be, right? And I like to say something. I like to honor every part of myself. On some days I'm doing poetry. On some days I'm just Safi, the HR person from morning till night. But on the days when any part of who I am calls on me and says, Safi, I want to come out, I want to do me, I let her just do her thing, right? So if you're someone with multiple discipline, and when I say this, it could be multiple, maybe you're interested in different things. Data analysis is there, you love photography as well, and you're even into estate management. If it's in terms of career, like serious career now, not just the things you like to do or the person that you are. If it's in terms of career, you need to look at what is most relevant to you, right? Especially if it's not something you can easily divide your time around, like what I just described. So let's say, so that's why, context is very key. When you say multiple discipline, what do you really mean? Are you into estate management, for example? Just an example, right? Which one of them speaks? There has to be one and say, yeah, let's go and do this thing. You fly at it. Right? Okay, like media and tech. Fantastic. Media and tech are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful combination, right? They're 2 amazing combinations that work really well together. And I don't think there's anything with that. Media works with anything, really. So unless you want to streamline yourself, but if there's a way you can merge beautifully, please go ahead and do it. If there's a way you can merge both, right? It might take some time to figure out how to do that, but you can. See, there's a lot of amazing people that I know doing wonderful things in the world. They're not just one thing. And they're not just portraying themselves as one thing, right? So yeah, pretty much. And the ones that are one thing are very, very good at what they do, and they're happy doing it. I have a question from Sophia. How do we know which job offers in our DMs are from scammers? Okay, yes. So I'm not sure. So a lot of times, if the company is not even, if I see message from someone, the first thing I want to look at, I look at your profile, then I look at the organization that you say you're messaging from. I'm sorry, but at that point, let me use one random, just and then the company doesn't have a page on LinkedIn. They don't have an official page on LinkedIn that I can go to and see that, oh, these are the people that work here. You work here. These are your colleagues. I don't see that maybe your company has 5 followers or something is wrong. It can't work. This relationship cannot start. It cannot begin, right? So it depends on what you're looking for. Me, if I don't see the company profile, if I go on Glassdoor and I don't see your company there, I don't see the ratings. I think I once even a legit company, I once did an interview, got to the final stage. And then when I went on Glassdoor to go and check the ratings and the reviews, it was terrible. And I decided I wasn't going to do it. So there's a lot of things, even apart from even looking out for scammers, there's a lot of things you can look out for when you get these messages from someone somewhere. Even when you want to apply for jobs, right? Even when you want to apply for jobs, there is a way you will check and do all these checks to make sure that, okay, this makes sense, right? So for me, that's it. Then, of course, checking online, do they have a proper website? Whatever is on their website, is it clear? If I'm seeing your website and they're advertising maybe Bet Nigeria on your website, or you're looking funny, it's looking like nobody has worked on your website since like 10 years ago. I don't know. There's just some things that, because in this time and age, really, there are some things that even as a startup, especially as a startup, there are some things that you should not joke with. In terms of your visibility, in terms of your brand, even if it's just 10 people that are working in your organization, how have you positioned yourself and put yourself out there? And the funny thing is, one of the things that influences an organization's ability to attract the best people is how the organization is perceived outside, right? So just like a human being, we're talking about branding on LinkedIn for individuals, the same thing for organizations. If as an organization, you don't have a proper page on social media, not even on IG or on LinkedIn, how about, you're not putting it out there where you're all this, what's the word? All these companies that do, recycling project. There's small companies made of 6 people on a team, 5 people on the team. But you go on YouTube, you watch videos about what they do, who they are. You're inspired to join the team, especially if you're passionate about recycling and all that. So yes, well, now, even if it's a startup, you can't say because you're a startup, you don't have any good image, visibility, or you don't have a dedicated social media page, or you're not even on LinkedIn, you don't have maybe something you're posting on YouTube about the impact you're making or what you do. They can't Google you and see that, okay, this is your address, this is what you guys do. There's a problem, right? There's a big problem. So that's what I think. I think that's all the questions that we have.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you so much for attending to those questions we had from our participants. Really appreciate that. And I think we are getting closer to the end of our session. And we're literally at the end, but before we close things, it's necessary for us to just go over a few points that our speaker has given us over the session. Like she said from the very beginning, whether it's LinkedIn or anything you're doing in this life, always have a why. There should be a reason you are doing this. Just keep that in mind. Understanding your why and purpose for being on LinkedIn stuff is very, very important. You need to understand what value you're looking to get from the platform. You need to understand what value you want to give to people you're connecting with as well, so that it's not just a one-way transaction. So all these things are things you need to have clear before you join, or if you are there already, just try and understand perfectly moving on, so you don't get overwhelmed by people just posting and pressing people like they normally do and all like that. Another thing for us to keep in mind is always know that you are you, face your own journey, and other people might be doing things this way. if at all you need to do things like them, just pick a few things and things you can learn from them. It's not necessarily just copy 100% what these people posted or stuff like that. Be yourself, have your own content style and strategy for posting and connecting on LinkedIn as well, so that you can get the best value from the platform. There are so many points I have here, honestly, but going over them is like going over the whole session from scratch. We can get access to those tips and points from the Asian people community as well. So in conclusion, I think I would like to thank everyone for joining the session. We really appreciate you for staying this far with us and listening attentively to what our speakers are giving to us. Also, I'd like to especially thank our guest, Dr. Sophia Peter, for coming to us and enlightening us on how to transform our LinkedIn profile. It's really an amazing thing for her to create that time within our busy schedule to just come and give us this lesson. So I would like to call on the employability and personality development team lead, which is Brother Sulaiman, to come give us a closing remark. Brother Sulaiman, do we have Brother Sulaiman on the call? Okay, I think he's probably busy. Pending then, I would like to call on Aziza. Kindly give us a closing remark so we can get things closing. Okay, noted. Is Aziza on the call?
Yes, Assalamualaikum. Thank you so much, Sister Sophia. Thank you so much for today. It has been an insightful session so far, and I'm so glad we chose to invite you, really, because I'm sure everyone learned a lot, not just one or two things, a lot of things. Alhamdulillah, thank you so much for doing this. Thanks so much for everyone that attended. We couldn't have done this without you, especially those that came super early so they can get their LinkedIn profile reviewed. Like, we came to the call, I think around 150, and we had about 14 people on the call. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. And to the team, you guys are the best support anyone would ever pray for, really, because we couldn't have done it on our own. You guys really made this a seamless process, really, and alhamdulillah, Allah made it successful. And our team lead is not here because it's on a flight, but Sulaiman, thank you for your unwavering support. And to that, you are for providing this platform for us where we students, early and mid-stage professionals get to learn and, progress in their career endeavors. We really appreciate you, Daddy, for this platform. May Allah make this session a beneficial one for us. Okay, yes, Peter has spoken a lot, and really it is left to us to utilize all the beautiful, invaluable lessons that she has dished out to us today. And I pray Allah make it easy for us to become better and to show up originally and, in a very simplified manner in our LinkedIn. Thank you so much, everyone.
Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you so much for that amazing remark, Aziza. So in essence, like she has said, thank you so much to the EPD team for making this happen. Also, special thanks to the design and social media team. These guys have really been helpful. And we couldn't have made this a success without you guys as well. Thank you so much to those team members. I would also like to use this opportunity to inform you guys of the NGM conference coming up next 2 months, that's November 25, and it's going to be happening at the Zone Tech Park, Bagada. We have our tickets open, and currently now, I don't know if anybody is still on, but feel free to go online and buy the tickets before a little bit closes so that you guys can get the best experience. This year's conference is going to be mind-blowing, much better than what we had last year, and we really can't wait for you guys to see what we have planned for you, everyone. So I'll be closing the session now. And if you guys would like to take this further, feel free to join the NGM community. You can reach out to any one of us if you don't know how to do that, so we can help you with that. Brother Sulaiman has a few things to say before we close. Yeah, you can go on now. Brother Sulaiman, are you there?
Please call on that giver to round it up.
Okay. Is Daddy on the call now? Daddy, are you on the call? I don't think he can hear me. I don't think he's on the call. So I think while he's not on the call now, and Brother Sulaiman is also not available, but basically we've gone over our remarks. If there's any other question you guys have, feel free to drop it on the WhatsApp chat we have. Reach out to any one of us for any further questions. Thank you once again, Sister Sophia Peter, for joining us, and I think we can call it a day.
You're welcome. Okay, so just to add, I just want to say thank you. I particularly love the fact that the engagement, and I really wanted the session to be as engaging as possible, to have people respond, ask questions, and all. And I'm really glad that we had that. I hope that somehow, someone or a number of people can really go back to their pages to do more, right? So it doesn't mean, like I said, something about continuous improvement. It's not about, oh, I already have my profile is already perfect. There's more. Even I have identified things. I need to go and get more recommendations, and I need to do a lot more in terms of maybe, putting out what I do and all. So there's always something to do better, right? So it's really important that we do that, especially if you're concerned about branding, especially if you want people to reach out to you for opportunities. And if you want to be taken seriously when you reach out for opportunities, it's very important. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you so much for that final tips you just shared. There's always something to improve. Let's keep that in mind. Yeah, so keep on refining your profile, keep on iterating, keep on just improving with time. There isn't a perfect profile, but like our speaker had said, it's something you do continuously and just improve. And don't forget, be yourself always, and try as much as possible to be the best version of yourself every time. So I think that's it. Thank you guys again for joining, and we'll be closing the session. And let's start preparing for Solar to ask here, and also join our respective brothers there. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bye, everyone.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Bye.